Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this lecture, let's see what is React.js and what are the benefits we have in React.js and how we create a project and how we build and how we run the project. So React.js is actually component driven functionality it has. So basically components are reusable building blocks in React.js. We can create a component. Once it is created, we can reuse in another component to build a scalable application actually. So maintenance is also very easy. So we have reusable code. It means like one component, if we create a alert box, that alert box can be used in multiple places as a component. And React uses a virtual DOM to update changes immediately to improve the application performance, which renders the UI very fast. So it is a single page application. React enables building sparse where pages load dynamically without refreshing the browser. So React renders the browser page without refresh actually. And easy state management. React provides hooks like use state and use effect. There are many other hooks we have. We can deeply discuss in further videos what are the hooks we have and how we manage the state using those hooks. So it is a unidirectional flow. Data flows parent to child component actually. So making application easier and easier to debug also and maintain. So it has a large community support. We have many libraries actually. So that's the reason it is um very easy to interact and we can give more support for client. And it has a JS6 syntax. So writing HTML like code inside the JavaScript, so making UI easier and readable actually. So it is a cross-platform. With React Native, we can create cross-platform based applications. We can also create Android and iOS mobile applications using React Native, and it is SEO friendly and it has a rich ecosystem using other libraries. So we can use other libraries for routing and state management and APIs, animations, charts, and more like that. So let's first create the project. To create the project, we have npx create react app command. We have to give the small letters, so I'll give this test, and I need template TypeScript. So if you have already gone through my TypeScript tutorial, it's fine. Otherwise, you can check my TypeScript tutorial, what it is and how it's supposed dynamically. Like it's a superset of JavaScript actually. So we can write the TypeScript code inside this React.js project. The template which we are creating is a TypeScript template. Yeah, now the project is created. We can see a couple of files are already created over here with the template, which is package.json, and inside src folder we have app.tsx and index.tsx and css files, also test files and logo and environment related files. So here we see the public folder where we keep all the information of public, like a favorite icon or any other images, logo, or any other text files if we require to post this to website while we are building the project and while we are deploying this project. These are all node modules. Node modules are the libraries actually for this project. So let's see how this node modules get installed and what is package.json first. So this is the main important file for the project of React.js, which contains name of the application and version of the application, and these are all dependencies for this application. So we see here React version 19.2.6, which why it is created as 19.2.6 is I have not chosen any version to install, particular version to install. So by default it is installing 19.2.6, which is latest. This is the React DOM. So React DOM also same version. This is React scripts, and here we have TypeScript and Web Vitals. So there are a couple of other libraries also, like just DOM and testing library. Just these are all testing library related. Just is a testing library for this React.js. And coming to this script section, this script section is used to start the application or build the application and test the application. So let's see one by one how it started and how it's get built and how we install the libraries. So for installing the libraries, I'm navigating to that folder, npm I or npm install. So this will get installed the libraries in the node modules. So this is a folder where all the libraries contains. So here it is installed. We can see the library for React here. Yeah, here you can see React library, and other dependent libraries also get installed. Yeah, here we see Jest also. Okay, now let's see what is this src folder. The src folder is the main root folder actually, where the project root file is contained. Index.tsx is the root file for this project. We can see the root element is getting binded over here. So this root.render function is rendering app component. So this is one of the component, which is app.tsx. So inside this app.tsx we have a HTML logic. So this is the component where this component is going to return this HTML block. So each component should return HTML block, at least one division. For example, if I remove this HTML block, you will see the error is expression expected. So if I write one division at least, it will go. Let this keep as it is as of now. So this app.css is the custom styles which we import here. So these are external style sheets which we import over here. This is a test file which is used to test this component. For each component we have to write each test file, like app.test.tsx how we written. For each component we have to write a test file for testing this project. So in the next section, let's see how to create a component and how we bind the child component in the parent component. Yeah, so as of now we have learned what is app.tsx and what is index.tsx and what is package.json, and now let's see how to build and run this project. So here if we type, we see that scripts over here, it is npm, which is saying React scripts start and build test. So let's do npm run start. So this will start the application in localhost. So it is saying that starting the application in the localhost. So this is the data we have in the app.tsx. So here we see edit src app.tsx and save to reload it. So if we add something over here, so as of now what it is coming, learn React, right? So if I change that, learn React from scratch, so you can see that without reloading it is getting binded over here. So this is what how React works actually. As we said here, it is a virtual DOM, it will update immediately. So in this section we have learned how to create a project and what is a project structure and how to create a component. Initial component, what it is. In the next section, let's see how to create this component and what is a hook and how to use them in the state management. So we have as of now just see how it is running, but in the next section let's create a component and having some addition or multiplication or any calculations. Let's do and see how it is getting performed. Okay, now let's see how to create a component. Project is already running in the web application, so it is in a running mode, so we don't need to stop this application. So let's create a component which is calc.tsx I want to create. So and let's create a element HTML elements over here from React and import use state from React. So here we have to create a function which is going to have HTML elements. So this we have to export to default calc. So I'll discuss this export, what is this export and what are the different types of exports we have later. And here this is the JavaScript function actually. So React, I said React is a JavaScript based library, so it is common we have to create a JavaScript functions only over here. So here this is the element, div is the base element, and now I'm creating input type text and input type text placeholder, enter second number, and now here I will create a button. This button submit, and here I will use a label where I want to show the result. So here I have imported useState. What it is, let's see what it is actually. So this is a hook actually, so we use this hook to manage the state inside a component. So it is saying it is declared but never used. Let's add useState over here. So it is, as it is suggesting, this is fine. So generally we create a hook like this: num1 set num1, so state is 0, set num2, and this is the result where we want to see. This you can see by default is taking 0 value, we are storing in 0 value. This is a type of number, so I am declaring this is a type of number. So if you already gone through my TypeScript tutorials, that is fine. Otherwise you can go through again how we use the TypeScript and what are the internal elements we have. I have explained deeply over there, you can go through that. So here this is the result. So I would like to add a function over here to perform the action, so which is calc. We cannot give same name, handle submit. I will give like this. So set result equals to num1 plus num2. So here I would like to add the result. So this is the result where we are going to get this. So here on button click, on click, we have to get this handle submit function. Now this is all set. So I have created two text input variables, sorry, input elements, and one label and one button. So here I am declaring two variables and two functions to set num1 and set num2, and here it is setting the result. So here we have to add one more thing on change. We have to set the num1. When we change this value, we have to set num1 actually. So E is entity, sorry, event. So this event is going to have a target value. So this target value is going to store in num1, and when we change num2, it is going to store in num2. So then the values will come on change. So now it is 100% set. We are calculating here using handle submit button, and we are showing the result. We are setting the numbers when we change the text. Let's bind this inside the app.tsx. So I am removing entire this code. Now we already exported calc over here. Now let's import here. Okay, and that's it. We have imported a child component over here. Let's see how it is coming. Now you can see enter first number, 2 and 3. Now submit it. You can see the value coming over here. This is how we create a component. In depth, let's see how many hooks we have, and how to manage the state more efficiently using different hooks in the next video.